Okay. I think I nearly forgot about the mic. Okay. Let's get comfortable. Okay. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. Now I've got our first comment in YouTube, which is great. Evening all. All right. Let me just prepare everything. Where is this? All right. Perfect. All right. So do that there. Now I will just want to check one thing before we start. All right, that's working. Perfect. Close that off, close that off. What am I doing? Next thing is recording locally. And then that is it. All right, where is this? Just have to make sure that I select the right thing. Give me a moment. Always have to select the right microphone, and that's that part. Record the stream. Switch over to the main screen. Oh, this is getting too much sometimes. Just so many things. So many things can go wrong. Okay. All right, so we've got that. I've got that stuff. And take my headphones off. Switch this, and we are good to go. I think we are. Might as well get this party started. Because there is a football match that's going to start in 15 minutes that I didn't realize was on tonight. So I'll miss a bit of it. That's right. I'll miss the first half probably. Oh. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Menus. Yes. All right. Let's get this party started. I'm looking over there. All right. So hello and welcome to this live stream where you'll learn how to supercharge your Drupal modules from basics to mega menus. Tonight we're going to be looking at how the menu system works, and then we're going to look at a few important modules that I've used in the past and that I do recommend that you use if you want to take full control over your menus in Drupal. And we're also going to look at mega menus because there's nothing that a client loves, and that is having an overly complicated and designed mega menu. Seriously, I've worked on some crazy ones, some absolute epic mega menus that had 50 different menus in there, had to be cached. Mind you, this was Drupal 6 days. Yeah, when like block caching wasn't available. Anyway, That was a long, long time ago. But one thing to be aware of, especially when we cover the mega menu part, things aren't going to look perfectly styled, and that's okay because I just don't have the time in this live stream to actually style things. So I'm going to do my best to just explain how to do things, but yeah, there will be certain modules where I'm like, look, here is a module, here is how you use it. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes configuring it, but I recommend that you have a look. It is worthy to be noted. All right. So the modules that we're going to cover will be menu block. So the first module we'll cover, after we do a bit of a quick intro into menus, will be menu block. Then we're going to take a look at link attributes widget. And this module allows you to add basic attributes to the link widget on any type of field, as well as menus. Now, we do have a similarly named module, menu link attributes. What does this do? Well, this one does pretty much the exact same thing, but it allows you to add in then your own custom attributes. So if you want to chuck in extra data attributes onto your menu because you're dealing with I don't know, a front ender who wants to add a specific data attribute, you can then do that. Okay, you can then go ahead and control it. And then we're going to take a look at menu item extras. This allows you to make menu links fieldable. Then we're going to take a look at two mega menus. So if you do want to create mega menus in your Drupal site, we're going to look at Superfish. This one has been around for a while. Funny name, but yeah, it is a popular one and it's been around for a pretty long time. And then we're going to take a look at the better mega menu, which I believe is still, yeah, the latest version's in alpha. I've got this one installed, works pretty well. And yeah, we're going to have a play with all of these modules. Now, before we jump into things, let's talk about the menu system. Now, in Drupal, you can add menus like so. Now, I've gone ahead and generated these menus. This type of dropdown is styled this way because the actual theme has styled it this way. So the menu looks great right now because it's just a basic menu and it is styled in this drop-down fashion like so. Now, if you have contextual links, you can go and manage the menus just by clicking on Edit Menu right here. Or if you go to Structure and you have the right access, then Menus, you should see all of these menus right here. Now, Drupal comes with a few out of the box, but you can go ahead and create your own. So we have administration, footer, main navigation, tools, and user account menu. Administration is these options up the top here. So everything in the back end, in the admin section, is controlled by that. Then you have footer, and this can be added by the installation profile or something like that. And then you have the big one, the main one, main navigation. This is the one that's displayed on the front end. I like to always keep it consistent across all my Drupal sites because I want to make sure that, main navigation is always main navigation. So you can control that from here. And then you have tools. And so these are ones used by other modules. Then you have a kind of like a secondary menu, which is user account menu. And this just has a few options such as my account and logout. So if we take a look at main navigation, if you click on and edit one of the actual menus, you will see a link title. That's where you can change the title. You also have a link here. And then on the right-hand side, you can control the parent, display, and also the description. I do believe this layout did slightly change in the latest version of Drupal 11. Now, Devel Generate added in this, these links like this, so don't worry about it. But one thing you can do, so what I'll do is before I create a link, well, no, actually, let's just go ahead and create a link. So if we go here and call this one homepage, we can point it to a page if we just search for the title. And of course, we don't have a page there. So let me just create one quickly. And I'll call this one homepage and click on save. Now, if I search for homepage, we can see it. Okay, we can go ahead and select it. The other thing we can do is link directly to it. So you can go /node/1. Again, you can do that. /node/1. Okay, you can link to it that way. Then you do have these pseudo links right here, if you can see. Okay, we have a few of them. So we have front. This points to the front page. So whatever is configured in configuration, basic site information, and right here, if we change this to node/1, that means go to the homepage. The homepage page, the basic page that we just created, is the homepage. Now, if you want to link to that, you can easily just put in front, and that's it. But you can also put in just /node/1. It doesn't matter. Then you have other options such as no link and button, and then you also have button. These, when you create these menus, it seems to break the actual main navigation in the theme for some reason. It doesn't actually show the actual drop down. So no link just means that there will be no link, and then a button just adds a basic button. So if you do want to add a button to your menu, you can do so. But I should also mention is that you can just put in arbitrary URLs like this, and it will just redirect. And that's it. So when it comes to managing menus and link menus, that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. You can control it from there. If we go back to navigation, and then from this page, you can see all of your menus. You can enable them or disable them, and you can also move them around from here. And if you go on this side, you can also add a child and delete it. Another way to add menu links is by editing a content type. Now, this is only available if the content type has been configured to allow menus to be created. What you can do is here on the right-hand side, and I don't think I'm covering this in the live stream. No, I'm not. If you click on main menu settings and click on provide a menu link, you can go ahead and put in a menu directly from here. But there are a few things to be aware of. First of all, trying to add this menu in a specific section of the main navigation using the weight is very difficult because you don't know, like, okay, what should the weight be? I want it to be down the bottom, or I want it to be at the top, or I want it to be in the middle of the menu. So yeah, you could go minus 1,000. That will then chuck it to the top. Yeah. If you want it down the bottom, you can put 1,000. But what if you want to sneak it in between here? Okay, it's not really an intuitive design. So maybe if you know you want to add it in, say, to this second level, you can just chuck it in there and control it. But that's another way of controlling your menus. And if we go to structure and then content types, you will only see that option if you edit your content type, and this option is checked right here, available menus. If this is unchecked, you won't be able to select it from, you won't be able to add a menu from the actual content edit form. So once you've configured everything, it's time to display the actual menu somehow. And the way it's done is through a block. So if you search for, if you go to structure, block layout, and then you should see main navigation block. Click on place block, you will see multiple main navigation. And then if you edit this one, you can come along in here, and from menu levels, you can control a few things such as initial visibility level, number of levels to display, and also expand. If you want to expand it or something, you can do all of that stuff from here. And that's pretty much it when it comes to just a basic intro to the menu system. Like yeah, managing menus in Drupal isn't the most sexiest thing. I totally agree. But it is important. Clients fixate, content editors really fixate on the menu structure, the information architecture, and rightfully so. The IA or information architecture, don't say AI, but the IA, yes, information architecture is very important. And that's one thing I kind of didn't think about when I initially built the WebWash site. So if you want to, just a bit of a plug, if you go to webwash.net, that is a site where I have a whole bunch of tutorials. I've been focusing on video, so I haven't been updating that much tutorials. But many years ago, when I was pushing out a lot of text, I was really struggling to come up with a good information architecture for a site. It's a very hard thing to do, but Drupal gives you the ability to manage the menus yourself. And so, yeah, you have a, you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to that. Let's now take a look at our first module, and that is menu block. So menu block actually was very popular in Drupal 7 because it offered the ability to add a menu through the block system into a region. Then for Drupal 8, a lot of that functionality was then added into Drupal core. So things like setting the levels and things like that weren't available in Drupal core 7. So all of this stuff is actually from menu block, and some of the functionality was moved over to Drupal core, and some of it has been left in menu block. Now, the module still offers some pretty decent functionality, which I want to show you now. So I do often install it no matter what. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see it's got 133,000 installs. That is a lot of installs. Let me see how many of that it's actually Drupal 7. Oh, the great decline of Drupal. You really do see Drupal peaked at 2018, eh? Well, no, technically 2016. Anyway, it's a discussion for another video. Okay, so how many Drupal 8? So pretty much Drupal 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 60,000. All right, that's fair enough. It's a decent amount. So I've already gone ahead and downloaded it. And if I go into extend and search for menu block, you will see it right here, and click on install. All right, just give that a second while it goes ahead and installs. Then if we go to structure, block layout, here is a little top tip. And this is actually in the documentation, the README file. So I do recommend that you read the README file. It's very important because I lost about, 20 minutes trying to figure this out because it's been a while since I've used this module in this sense. Normally it's already been set up on a Drupal site. So if you come in here and configure main navigation, you don't see any options. You're like, where are the options? Ivan, you said this thing has awesome options. Where are they? Well, what you need to do is, first of all, look at the README. This is an important reason to look at the README. So let's go and do that together, shall we? So where is that menu block? README. Oh, here we go. Installation. You must remove and re-add any existing menu blocks after installing. Currently, the module has no effect on existing menu blocks. See issue, blah, blah, blah. Reconfigure core menu blocks to be menu underscore blocks block. So there's an issue for it. So essentially what we need to do is come along in here, remove it, click on place block, search for main navigation, and you will see here under category menus, click on place block, and now we can see the original menu levels and advanced options and also HTML. So we can go ahead and set this up the same way. So initial level. The other great option for menu block is the ability to specify a fixed parent. So you may want to start it off from here or something. The other option is use, you can control how things are used as the title. If you do want to drill down, this one's pretty important. Make the initial visibility level follow the active path. So if you have a menu block displayed in a sidebar and you only want to show the child items, you can do so just by checking this checkbox and then configuring it. And then you have my favorite piece of functionality when it comes to this module, and that is the theme hook suggestion. No, I've got another comment in hello or welcome. Then yes, as I mentioned, my favorite piece of functionality when it comes to this module is this theme hook suggestion. Now, you might be thinking, what's so important about that? Well, let me demonstrate. So I'll first go ahead and save the block. And let's imagine we are displaying this main navigation in the primary menu. Okay, we've done that. And you also want to add it to the sidebar. You can go ahead and add it to the sidebar. And let's just do that. Click on save block and we're done. All right. We go to the home page. We can see that, oh yeah, you can see that it's unstyled, so I do apologize about that. But things don't have to look pretty. So we have our main navigation up the top here, and then we have our main navigation in the sidebar. We click on my account, we have it in the sidebar. Now, what I need to do is turn on Twig debugging because I want to see the theme. If we inspect, so let me zoom in. I need to probably refresh. I also need to turn off caching. Then I need to go and refresh. There we go. We can see now these template suggestions. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. Okay, so where is this navigate? All right, it's right here. You can see the actual menu here, the menu template. The file name suggestion is menu.html.twig. That is too generic. Then you have menu dash dash main. Okay, it's a little more specific. But what if you want to style the sidebar and the main navigation differently, which you will 90% of the time? If you take a look here, again, the main navigation, the actual main navigation template is, again, menu, not specific enough, main, menu dash dash main. Again, it's sharing the same template suggestion as the top one, which isn't ideal. So what we can do is if we go into our block, so we can leave this main navigation the same and scroll all the way down. Where was it? Sidebar. We can come along in here and we can simply put in underscore sidebar. Hit save block. Come along in here and refresh. And now we get this extra suggestion, which is menu main, sidebar. So we can now go ahead, override this template for just the sidebar. I've actually done this a lot. A lot of times I've done this. And this is where menu block is very useful. And then if we take a look here and scroll up, you can still see that the suggestion is still menu main, and that is it. So that is a good use of menu block. All right, give me a moment while I've realized that I'll have to rebuild and delete the actual databases in between covering certain things just so that I get a nice clean Drupal install. All right. Okay, we're back in. Perfect. All right. Now let's take a look at how to manage your link attributes. And we're going to first take a look at link attributes widget. Now this module adds in the ability to specify attributes on the link widget, but you can also configure it on the menu because the menu is also using the link widget. So you can use this on any type of link module. And so if you want to learn more about the module, just head over to link attributes, download it. I've already done that. And if we go to extend and search for link attributes, you will see that we have link attributes and also link attributes menu link content integration. So that's the one we will want to install. And then of course it's going to handle dependencies. Oh, got a hello from Twitch. Hello. Welcome. By the way, we do stream on Twitch. Don't have that many followers. Mostly on the YouTubes. Oh. All right. So we've installed the module. And then if we go to structure, and let's go to menu, main navigation. And if we edit the menu, you will see these attributes right here. And you can go ahead and you can set the target. You can add a ref, or you can add in a class. So I'll put in www custom link class, just so I can see it, and hit save. Then if we go to the home page or the front end, inspect, we should see, where is it? Well, where's the link? Okay, so we have target. There we go. We have target blank. And most importantly, we have our class right there. So if you want to add a bit of, if you want to control attributes on your menu, then yeah, check out this module. It's great. It gets the job done, and it's pretty basic. Well, pretty basic in a good way. And also, if you are using the link the link field a lot on your site, then it makes perfect sense to have it on, because especially for like target equals blank, you often want to open things up in a new window. And classes, well, if you work with a lot of front enders, you want to be able to control classes absolutely everywhere. All right, so comment from Twitch. Okay, I've just uploaded my first Drupal module. Well, congratulations. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome that you've posted your first Drupal module. It's a small, uninteresting module, but I'm proud of it. Trust me, it's or yeah, that's I wouldn't say uninteresting. If you built it for a reason. UI translate auto. That's the module. So UI underscore translate. Oh no, UI auto translate. Oh, there we go. So let me guess, it auto translates the UI using AI, right? Using AI. No, that's awesome. That is, that's great. All right. Maybe I should set up the stream so we see comments coming in. Yeah, I need to figure that stuff out. No, I'll figure that stuff out later. All right, so the link attributes widget, pretty simple. Install it and you're good to go. There's really no configuration. The other module that I want to mention, so the next module we're going to take a look at is menu link attributes. I'm just saying the word link and menu too many times and it's a bit late here. Menu link attributes. This allows you to, again, add in attributes to your links, but this allows you then to add your own custom attributes, which is very different using a YAML format. Let me show you. So what I'll do is let me go ahead and I'll just remove this. I'll just uninstall this module just so that we don't have any conflicts. And where is that? Link. Let's uninstall that one. And let's also uninstall link attributes. All right, so we've uninstalled that. So we have no conflicts. And if we go to list and search for, what is it, menu, link, attributes, let's go ahead and install that. Give that a moment to install. Then we go to structure, menus, main navigation. Let's edit the first one. And again, we see these attributes very similar, okay? And we have container class, link class, and also the link target. So let's put in a container class. I'll put www-container class so we can just see what that looks like. And we also have custom class. And let's just not worry about link target, no point. We know what that does. Come along here, refresh, and we should see a few things. Okay, so in the container, which is the LI, we should see, there we go. We can see the container class, which is great. Then under the link, we have our custom class, which is perfect. Now let's create our own data attribute. And this is where the module really shines. It is the ability to add in your own attributes. So what I'll do is I'll come along in here, click on edit, attributes, then click on this here link, and I will add in a new option. Now, it does recommend that you install this YAML editor. We're not going to do that because we can do it just by pressing spacebar. All right, let's put in data dash custom. Then was a 1, 2, 1, 2. Then the label will be custom data. And then it'll be description custom data. That looks correct. You want to make sure you get the spaces because if you don't put in the two, if you don't indent it by 2 spaces, YAML's gonna yell at you. All right, it's done. Come along in here, click on attributes. Now we have our custom and we can put in our custom data. If we put this in, it should appear, we refresh, it should appear right here as a custom attribute. There you go, right there. So this is very useful if you want to add, again, data attributes that you might want to use in some type of JavaScript. So it's very useful for that. Absolutely very useful for things like that. So if you want to control your attributes on your links, you have two options. You can use the link attributes widget, or if you want to take full control, you can use menu link attributes. On top of that, if you want to have full control, you can just do it through the theme. So you don't even have to use these modules. You can do it all through the theme. All right. Could we do a collab on Drupal in the future? I specialize in custom code, for example, custom filters. Well, we could. That's something to think about, like a collab, yeah. Well, if you have a stream, put a link to your stream or something, and then I can promote it. But yeah, sounds very interesting. Sounds very interesting. All right. So before we jump on to other things, let me just close this. Actually, no, I don't have to uninstall anything. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So the next module we're going to take a look at is called Menu Item Extras. Pretty much the gist of this module is that it allows you to attach custom fields to menus, and that's pretty much it. That's the power of it. So if you have, for some reason, the need to attach custom fields, so your standard fields, and make menus fieldable, use this module. Generally, you'll do something like, you'd use this for mega menus, and that's where I've seen it being used heavily. Now, I'm not going to go through and set it up, and well, I'm going to install it and just quickly show you what's available. But I'm not going to spend too much time setting it up because that's a whole, video in itself. Absolute long video in itself. All right, so if you want to learn more about it, head over to this project page. Download, of course, download the correct version. I'm going to download the one for Drupal 11. That is this one. And because I am running Drupal 11. So if I search for, what is it, menu item, what's it called? Menu item, do I even have that in? Let me have a look. Do I even have it? No, I don't. Oh, I have to download it using Composer. All right, let's do that. So let's jump back to here. Where is it? I'll grab it and install it. There we go. All right, so it's gone ahead and installed. Come along in here, refresh, search for menu items extra. There is this demo module, and I had to play with it and it didn't quite work. So we added a whole bunch of configuration, but it really didn't change anything in the back end. All right, so let's go ahead and install it. So it's gone ahead. Now, if we go to structure and menus, then edit our menus, you can then see manage fields, manage form display, and manage display. And then you have this manage view modes where you can select specific view modes for certain menus. So if you want absolute control over everything, you can do so. So if you click on manage fields, you can see that this is just a standard field system. Come along in here and you can go ahead and create and attach your custom field to it. And then of course you'll go and just manage your actual widgets from here. Same as managing a content type, exactly the same. Then if you come along in here, you will see, well, the same options that we have. So if you want to attach, so that's all I'm going to show for this module. Originally, I wasn't going to mention this module because I'm not showing too much, but it's there. It's important to just be aware of it. And it is useful for just attaching fields to content types. And that is it. All right, so before we jump onto mega menus, let's uninstall this stuff. So what is a menu? Oh, oh well, thanks for the link, the comment in Twitch. All right, I'll check out your Drupal profile page later on. Thanks for that. All right, let's just uninstall this stuff. And what's the next one? Link. What do I have? Link attributes. There we go. All right. The first mega menu module we're going to take a look at. Yeah, say that 10,000 times, mega menu module. Oh, I'll probably stumble. The first mega menu module we're going to take a look at is called Superfish. Funny name, but it's a pretty useful module. I think it originated from the actual jQuery library called Superfish as well. And it's been around for a long time, a real long time. I think I remember using it in Drupal 6 days. Drupal 6, yes. I'm showing my age. You can do a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to like touchscreen compatibility, small screen compatibility, and just be aware that it's not going to look perfect on this theme. You will have to theme it nicely on your Drupal site, but you can get it 80% there, and of course, the last 20% takes 80% of the time. It does have dependencies on the Superfish library that it will download itself through Composer, but you just want to make sure that once you've installed it, that you can see in libraries slash Drupal dash Superfish that the actual library is there. And yeah, to get started, all you need to do is come here and search for it, Superfish, click on install. I'll close that off, close these off. Then you want to go to structure. And then go to block layout. Let's remove the current menu because we don't need it. And click on place block. And one thing to be aware of is that if you search for super, you won't find anything. If you search for main, okay, you will see two main navigations. Now, you may not notice, but if you look under category, you will see Superfish right there. So make sure you select main navigation. You search for main navigation here because if you search for Superfish, the categories it's not going to show the category if you search for it. If you search for main or main navigation, select the menu which is under Superfish and then select it. And now you get a few options. Let's clean this up, or let's just display it all. Then from block settings, you have menu type. You can make it horizontal, things like that. You've also got a few extra options right here. You do have a lot of options. There are a ton of options. So then if we click on save block, then save blocks, go to the home page, it does look unstyled, but we can fix that up by, well, clicking on the pencil icon if you have contextual links module installed. Click on configure, and let's give it a, well, I could do some coffee right now. Let's give it the coffee style. And under advanced, yeah, there is a lot of options right here. There is a ton. And click on save block. All right. Then now you get this nice little coffee style. You will have to design this and style it properly, but it does a pretty good job. It does a pretty good job. Now, one annoying thing about using this in, well, using this current theme is that if we resize it, it doesn't resize nicely. So I really can't show you because, yeah, it just doesn't resize nicely here. So there is an actual mobile menu version of it, but it just doesn't play nice with this theme. But on your custom theme, it will play pretty nice. So in my experience, if you're looking just for good mega menus and drop downs, then this module is the one that gives you the most flexibility, but doesn't give you a, how can I say it? Isn't too opinionated. Isn't too opinionated. So comment, what about gin theme for BO? What is that, backend? Well, what, sorry, what's BO? The gin theme for, yeah, I mean, the gin theme, which is an admin theme, is a popular theme. I haven't tested it out with these type of modules, with these mega menus. You could give it a go. Absolutely, you can give it a go. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Superfish. A lot of configuration. You have a lot of options. You want to make sure that when you do download it, where is it? You come to libraries and you should see Superfish right here. And this should automatically download. I do wonder if this still has a dependency on jQuery. Yeah, I think it does. Or maybe it just ships this stuff. Anyway, jQuery. The internet's moving on from jQuery. Well, such a good library. Well, I still use it on Drupal sites. So, yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and just uninstall this so we don't have any conflicts. So what is it, Superfish? I'm going to probably, no, it will delete that main navigation. Cool. All right. Perfect. That's right. Now, the last module we're going to take a look at this evening is called the Better Mega Menu. Now, this one is a pretty interesting module because the UI is pretty full on. It's not the most intuitive, to be fair, it's not the most intuitive module to use. And I really had trouble just placing blocks into it because you can see here, based off these designs, that you can add blocks into these type of regions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off script right now, which is, well, I don't really have a script, but I did install this alpha. And it does say recommended by the project's maintainer, but things just didn't quite work. So let's first try out this version. So what I'll do is I'll jump into, well, VS Code because it's much easier. And then I'll just uninstall, where is it? Uninstall this one, remove, done. Let's download. Has this been uninstalled? Yes, it has. And I'll just install this version. All right. Okay. So now we should have the 1.9. All right, perfect. If we scroll up, let's go to extend and search for TB and click on install. It's going to go ahead and download whatever it has to download, the translations. Then we go to structure and we should see this TB menu in structure. So you first want to go ahead and define your mega menu. We'll come along in here, select main navigation and also which theme it will be associated with. Then we click on save. You can see you've got this pretty epic looking system right here. And this is the interesting part, okay? Because yeah, it gives you a lot of flexibility, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit complex to use. So what we can do is let's just save it for now. All right, it's been saved. Let's add it to the primary menu. And I do believe we need to search for main. Oh no, is it mega? Oh, what is it? TB. All right, it is somewhere in here. Let me just double check. Well, let's just refresh. Main navigation. Okay. So we've come along in here. Well, let's just put the main navigation on. And that goes there, that goes there. Show. So we've done that. And we've added in. Okay. So we've done all of that. Now, if I put in an extra column, here I can chuck in an extra column. Can I make this wider? We can make that wider. We can adjust that and click on save. Okay. Now, before we jump onto other things, let me just have a quick look at the code because it's not appearing exactly how I thought it will appear. So plugins, you can see here, TB, the derivative. So either that or we need to clear the cache. All right, so let's save that. Then can we add in? We can't see. There's just certain things here that just aren't working. The other option would be just to install the... Anyway, let me just clear the cache. Refresh. No. See, this is just displaying. I believe it is... All right. Go here. And then we'll come along in here. Search for art. There we go. Add this in. And if we remove right here, click on Save Blocks. Now if we go to the front page, refresh, we do see these options right here, okay? Yes, it's not styled, but you can see the column is there, right there. You can just see it. You can see it's right there. And you do have this drop down. Now, if we do resize, let's resize it down to mobile and let's see what happens. I do think there is a mobile version. Yeah, there is. So you do have a mobile version. Again, it needs to be styled, needs to be fixed up, but you do have flexibility. And then if you click on configure, you can come back here and configure things. And there was also a, what is it, row? Shame that I can't select a block because I thought you could do that. Add a column, and in a column, add another column. You can't add a row. So this is where, yeah, I think you either use menu item extras to kind of put things together, and then you have full control using fieldable system, or you know what? Sometimes it's just best to go through like some like a view application or something like that, some type of front end technology to manage all this stuff. Because as you can see, yeah, you can be pretty finicky to kind of bolt things together and yeah, do it yourself. So that's pretty much it for tonight. Let's just quickly go through the modules that we covered. So some of the modules that I recommend, you don't have to use them. It's up to you. It's up to you. The first one is menu block. This just gives you more options when you attach menus through the block system. Then you have link attributes widget. This simply allows you to control the attributes on the link widget. Pretty simple. Then you have menu link attributes, which does the same thing as link attributes widget, where you can also add in your own custom attributes. Then you've got menu item extras that gives you a nice fieldable menu system. So you can attach fields to it. Because who doesn't love the ability to just chuck on fields on random things? And then when it comes to mega menus, you have Superfish, which is my recommendation if you just want to get something out. It does require a bit of styling, but it's there. And then you have, if you really want to spend a bit of time debugging things, you have the better mega menu. So those are your modules for this evening. If you have any other modules, menu-based modules that I haven't covered that you've used before that you recommend, please chuck in the menu in the comments, and I'd love to learn about it. I'm always on the lookout for brand new modules. Anyway, well, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about Drupal or other CMSs, head over to webwash.net or check out the other videos. I've got a whole bunch of videos here on the YouTube. Go on the live and you'll see them there. And I do re-edit these longer form videos and cut them up into smaller ones and upload them. So please do subscribe. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. All right. Cool, cool, cool. That was fun. Oh, well, to the viewer in Twitch, don't worry about your English. Well, that's it. No, no. In enterprise, everything is front end dev. Anyway, this is now the post show. So if you have any questions, just please send them my way before we finish up. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't. Man, I just couldn't get this module to work. Well, I could kind of get it working, but yeah, it's just not there. Anyway. All right, so if there's any other topics you want covered, please let me know. I'm always on the lookout for topics. I do need to prepare. Oh, I do want to look at recipes. Recipes is pretty cool. So you use menu item extra. Yeah, that is a good. It's a good module. It is a good module. It is a very useful module. But yeah, I mean, honestly, when it comes to what is it? Menus, it's one of those things that it's not the most exciting bit of work when you're talking about it from a Drupal standpoint. But yeah, I mean, there can be a lot of work involved in setting them up. All right. Well, thanks a lot all for coming. Hope you all had a fun evening. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you all next time. See you later.